Hello friends, Angelo here again. Welcome to this beautiful video about sexual grieving, especially if you came out late, especially if you think that you missed out on great sex. Let's talk about how to grieve sexual fantasies, how to grieve sexual experiences so that you can finally move on and settle down into a committed monogamous relationship without having to crave the sex that you missed out on. Before we talk about that, I wanted to thank all of you for being part of this channel, for being part of this experience. I know that sometimes I go pretty direct, but I'm a pretty easygoing person. I can be pretty easygoing. And I just want to let you know that I do care about all of you. I do care, and that's why I record these videos. Because I'd like to share with you ideas that came to me over the course of a lot of psychological development. Years and years of receiving, coaching, training, learning. And as a result of that, especially with sexuality, I am no longer held back by it, and I see the freedom that comes as a result of being sexually transformed, being sexually free. In fact, I believe that you can receive education about a PhD in any given field, and you can receive education about sexuality. And the education about sexuality, especially if you are able to transform and transcend sexuality, will be a lot more important, will come back with a lot more benefit than any other field of study for a man, especially gay men. So, transcending sexuality includes grieving sexual fantasies, grieving over the fact that something that you crave might never, ever happen. It's very helpful because we are sacrificing our lives for fantasies that keep chasing us around. You find somebody that is a decent person, but because he is not your sexual ideal, he becomes somebody that you no longer desire, and you move on to the next, hoping that the next person will give you the sexual exploration you always wanted, the passion that you always craved. Passion can be a double-edged sword. I'm sure you know that already. Because passion distances you from the reality of life, the fact that you have to live your life independently of sex. And to live a good quality life, we need to be with people we trust. And this is where sexuality becomes difficult, because if you don't transcend sexual fantasies, if you don't transcend your sexual practices, you will have difficulty building trust with other people, other men, especially on a romantic level, on a personal, deeply personal level. So grieving, crying over, yes, that's what it is. It's crying over the fact that those sexual practices that you've seen other people participate in, that they probably will not ever happen for you. And it's okay. And it's okay. Sometimes I come across really beautiful men, the perfect chubby guys with chubby dicks. You know, those are my perfect guys for me. And I used to be taken hostage by the images of them. You know, a belly, hairy body, kind of bearish guy with a thick dick. And I would just go crazy. I remember, I said, I need to have it. I need to have it. I need to be with this person. I need to have this guy. I don't do that anymore. In fact, my reaction to that right now is an immediate no thanks. And the reason for it is because I've learned that life is not based on that. Life is not based on sexual fantasies. Chasing them is a mistake. But you see, our fathers never told that to us. I bet your father never sat you down and said, listen, son, the moment that you start chasing sexual fantasies is the moment that you're going to be sacrificing your life in the name of something that does not bring you any value at all. Because sexual fantasies, when you really think about them, they are projections of complex psychology that's happening inside you. There's hurt, trauma, there is abandonment, loneliness. And as a result of that, our consciousness produces images, desires, needs and fantasies that are not truly the kind of needs and fantasies that we need, but the needs and fantasies that are the outlets for that energetic storage of pain and abuse and abandonment and loneliness. And that's why sexual grieving, it's like a technique, it's like a methodology that will make it easier on you to say goodbye to the kind of sex that you've been always craving, always searching for. And I'm here to tell you that you are going to be better off without it. And this is the secret sexual teachings that nobody teaches. The fact that you are actually going to be better off, that your life will be better. You will feel happier. You will find pleasure in other ways. You'll find pleasure and beauty in the emotional connections, the spiritual connections, the sensuality, the depth that's based on trust, the struggles that you're going to endure with other people together, and how you discover yourself and other people through that process. The true beauty lies there. The true relatedness lies there, not in sexuality. And we can study history, and throughout history, there are examples of how romance and passion was promoted, and then the reality kicks in, and then people switch, and they promote friendships, they promote relationships based on trust. And that's where the arranged marriages came from. The arranged marriage is a concept based on structuring relationships on what truly matters, which is the family. I'm not suggesting that you should go that route. I just want to explain to you that sexual pursuits are a double-edged sword, that there is an enormous waste of time. And this will be something that will knock at your door when you get older, when you realize that you've wasted your life pursuing sexual lovers as opposed to pursuing lovers that you can rely on, whom you can trust. This is where I have arrived in my life. Sexual fantasies is not something I'm willing to pursue anymore. I'm not interested in that because I know that that's not the direction of true authenticity. It's a direction of acting out complex states of mind, most of which are based on trauma. So sexual grieving is saying goodbye to the sex you are craving, to the big penises, the beautiful man that you're craving, the beautiful combinations of sex and beauty and pleasure. It's kind of like a mini, well, this is not mini because this is significant, but this is crying over the fact that you'll never have that sex that you crave. And arriving at this beautiful acceptance of yourself and the world around you and the men around you just as they are, there is a beautiful state of mind that can result from that. A relaxed state of mind. A state of mind where you are free to interact with other gay men in a beautiful, honest, accepting, loving way. The true gay experience is on the other side of sexual grieving, of letting go of the sexual fantasies, explorations, so that you can be finally free to be yourself. Because a lot of times we are losing ourselves in the pursuit of sex. We are sacrificing our values. We are sacrificing our true goals, our true passions the passions outside of sex. You see, you can be passionate about sex, but you can be also passionate about changing the world for the better, making a difference, being a leader, starting a business, innovating something, creating something out of nothing from scratch. That's, I believe, the right direction for a man to find his passions. It's so beautiful here. I actually did not expect it to be so beautiful. Looking at the sun over there, let's see, I can show you. It will be quite blurry. It's right there. And it's beautiful mountains all around me in every direction, every single direction. There's Pikes Peak right over there, so that's, you can't see it right now. If you and I met, I would bring you here and we would sit down and just chill and relax. There's nothing to say, there's nothing to fix, there's nothing to solve. Everything is good, everything is okay. You are okay, I am okay, we are all okay. Everything is fine. There's nothing to worry about, there's nothing to complain about, there's nothing to fix. Everything is as it should be. And in that open space, authenticity emerges about the true nature of life, true nature of who we are and who we are becoming, who we can become when we are together. Outside of the domain of sexuality, outside of the domain of acting out, idealizing and devaluation, which is the direction of acting out trauma. We idealize sexual behaviors and we devalue men who cannot give us those sexual behaviors. And that's why it's helpful to be in beautiful spaces with other people, so that the beauty comes from the environment. The passion comes from the possibilities that are born out of this beautiful environment. And then we look at each other as co-creators of those possibilities. There is no sexuality here. There is no yearning for sexual fantasies here. There's only the beautiful world, the mountains in this particular example, the trees, the sunset, the valley, and then you and I, all of us, wanting our lives to be better, wanting our lives to improve. And that's the bottom line. If we can do this together, we have succeeded. And if on top of that we have this amazing sex, that's a plus. That's something that we can say we are lucky to have it. We are giving an extra, something extra. But looking for that extra right up front negates everything else. And we end up empty-handed at the end of it. So sexual grieving is to accept that perhaps those sexual fantasies, those sexual behaviors, that passion will never happen. And it's okay. It's okay for me. It's okay for you. It's okay for all of us. It will make us stronger. It will make our relationships better. It will produce something that is beautiful, that will be 10 times more valuable than those sexual fantasies that keep you hostage. So thank you for watching. Join us at the Biggie Family Social Program. Meet men in a beautiful environment like this one right here. Connect with them outside of the domain of sexuality. Discover what it truly, truly means to be a gay man. And we are the kind of community that offers you access to this transformation that cannot be found anywhere else in the whole world. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I hope one day we can chill, relax, take a break from all the challenges of life and hang out and just stare at the sunset in total silence. And maybe later have an amazing steak with potatoes, with some salad, and maybe a glass of wine. That would be amazing. Okay, my friends, I'll be signing off. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao for now.